might be asking yourself, hey bro, how come your HPI Blitz is see-through? Well, you know that classic excuse kids used to give in school when they forgot to do their homework? My dog ate my homework. Well, in this case, it actually happened to this HPI Blitz. More on that later. I just want to tell you what this actual video is about. I probably am preparing to sell this RC. Now, nothing's really wrong with it other, of course, than the body. I might wind up throwing the body away, but the RC itself is great. I haven't really dedicated almost any video time to this. It made a couple appearances in some of my videos, I think RC Cars and Coffee. I spend a lot of my time covering vintage nitros and gas RC. I probably haven't given this a fair enough chance, so I figured before I wind up selling it, which is my plan at this time, I probably should go through all of my footage that I have. I have clips from probably a year ago that I never even uploaded. So this video might look like it's jumbled together, but guess what? It's still relevant to this particular truck. Now, the body is not the only thing wrong with it. I had a broken shock tower here in the back. Now, I basically just have it held on with nothing now. This is like some kind of wire, and before I had hot glue here, but it really doesn't matter. You know, you could easily replace this. And in the front, it was actually in the previous video where I damaged one of the A-arms, and now I had a zip tie holding it. Well, the zip tie just came out because of my current speed runs that I was doing. Either way, you know, there is a little bit of movement here from the A-arm. So yeah, ideally you would want to replace the A-arm, and you would want to replace the rear body mount here in the back. It's not the end of the world. This particular one is actually, I would say, one of my favorite short courses that is electric and a two-wheel drive. Now, the two-wheel drive Slash, of course, is a direct competitor, but HPI was always really good. This one has been really, really well modified. The ESC in this thing is super powerful. This is a censored Mamba Max. You might be asking yourself, hey bro, what's a censored system? If you look at the motor here in the back, you see there's an extra wiring harness here, and obviously your regular 3-colored wires. So this extra wiring harness with a bunch of wires sticking out of here is the sensor. So these censored systems are fairly expensive. Keep in mind, this originally came out in 2009. Now, it wasn't this original model. This, I think, was a brushless model when it came out. It was the flux vector system in the HPI Blitz. The original brushed model came out in 2009, so I think maybe a year or two later, the brushless system came out. But either way, it's safe to say this thing is probably close to 10 years old at this time, but I did buy used original on eBay. I don't even know if I have the original auction to tell you guys how much I paid for it. I honestly don't remember, but it was in okay condition. This one has a lot of upgrades. None of them were done by me because I don't spend money on upgrading anything. It's a sick waste of money. People like these upgrades, but you gotta realize, like, a tiny aluminum brace like this for the front suspension and the servo is like $20. STRC, really good. You need these parts. Rear brace also here, and a shock tower brace in the back. To me, all of these parts are braces. Really, they might not be braces. I'm not sure. Sometimes they're called supports. Brace, support, what's the difference? As long as the chassis is in one piece. This also has a front aluminum piece. Anytime you upgrade the suspension parts to aluminum, you're really gonna risk putting a lot of stress on the remaining plastic parts. And in this case, that's why one of these arms were broken. Now, question is, what's cheaper to replace? This, the hinge pin, or the suspension arm? I looked on eBay, and like parts for these older HPIs, you can still get them. So, you know, I kind of have to come up with a decision on whether I'm gonna fix it and sell it, or whether I'm gonna keep it or not. You guys should probably put your comments. I'm curious myself. Oh, I just noticed. In the back here, we have an STRC aluminum motor mount. All pretty high-end upgrades. I would say the aluminum parts on this alone probably add up to close to $100. So somebody spent a lot of money on this. I think I only wound up paying like $150 for it when it was obviously used on eBay, and this was years ago. And at that time, nothing here was broken. And the body was not bitten and eaten by a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's also got an RPM steering link with an aluminum servo horn. Pretty nice. This stuff is all upgraded, obviously. In terms of the drivetrain, you know, it's as simple as possible. Regular two-wheel drive chassis. Metal dog bones all around. Nothing crazy there. A regular pan-style chassis. What I really liked about the short course segment years ago is these mud flaps. So, you know, if you had mud flaps on your short course, you're a winner. I think the Associated and Proline brands, they were pretty much known for this. I'm not sure if HPI was the one that started this trend. I think it was actually maybe Proline. You used to get them as upgrades for the short course bumpers. To me, you know, when you look at the short course and you're asking yourself, well, what scale is this? This is a 10th scale, guys. It's actually kind of big because the short course truck itself is relatively large in real life, and to me, honestly, this could easily pass for an 8th scale. Actually, why don't I grab, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna grab my 8th scale buggy. You guys see that? So the buggy right here, this is the ZD Racing Buggy, right? This is the short course, the 10th scale HPI. Yeah, they're basically literally almost the same exact wheelbase. Yeah, so there you go. The proof is in the pudding. 8th scale buggy, basically the same. Oh, this is hard to hold right here. This is pretty hard. Basically the same wheelbase length and everything as a 10th scale short course. Oh, woo! Right now, let's go do some speed testing. I have a couple of videos that I recorded from like, I think a year ago. They're fairly old. They are from the summertime. So if you're asking yourself, why do I look like all out of place in this video? I'm wearing different attires, whatever it is. The videos are all out of place. They're not exactly from the same time that I recorded them. I'm also going to place my GoPro here later, and we're going to do some speed testing. Now keep in mind, you know, GoPro creates some extra resistance, and the parking lot I run in is a little bit narrow. I don't really want to hit it all the way, but I'm quite confident this will hit 40 miles an hour. There's still a lot of speed left to be had. If you look at the gearing here, the pinion is pretty small. So you could easily get a lot more speed out of this, you know, add a couple teeth to the pinion. You'll have absolutely no problem. I'm wearing protection. Got a helmet, protect myself against a crazy pit bull. He destroyed my HPI Blitz. Look at this. Look at the body. The car's okay because it's a HPI Blitz. But you know that song, I got nobody? I got nobody. Can't sing, that's why I'm not Bandana. I do RC YouTube videos.